This week, we find new tools from Milwaukee, Ryobi, and Ridgid.
We also push over trees with Kyle, dive into 6 different tool reviews, and try to make sense of this logo.
This is your Power Tool Week in Review. Today's episode is brought to you by Ohio Power Tool, Pro Tools, Pro Service at the best prices at ohiopowertool.com. And Ego, power beyond belief. Welcome back, Power Tool fans. I'm Rob.
And I'm Sarah, and we have several tool stories for you today, starting with Milwaukee, who announced the arrival of a few new tools this week, because it was Monday, I guess. Starting with a new 72-inch tripod for their levels, a pair of one-key equipped breaking grinders, and their long-awaited 14-inch M18 chop saw, which we're all going to need just as soon as we all start building with metal studs, because 2x4s are being sold in dime bags on the street. You can get all of the details right here on Belts and Boxes.
Ryobi decided that 225 different OnePlus tools wasn't enough, so they added 25 more this week. And their lineup ranges from the obvious to the typical Ryobi randomness. There's a new HP Impact Wrench, HP Right Angle Die Grinder, a pair of extended reach ratchets, a polisher, a 5.5-inch flooring saw, that actually looks pretty awesome, 3 nailers, a new miter saw glue gun, clamp fan, area light, flashlight, dethatcher, of course, a power cleaner cultivator, patio cleaner, because why not, a power inverter with solar panels, and more. All normal stuff that Ryobi fans will buy, whether they need them or not. We'll link to the streamed event below.
Do you know what that is? I didn't either, but that fancy bit of engineering goodness is the all-new Ridgid pipe saw, and you'll never guess what it does.
Does it sear steak?
Well, no, but now I'm hungry. Thanks a lot. No, it cuts pipes, and big ones at that. It will cut through 1-inch to 12-inch pipe with up to a 1/2-inch wall thickness. It's configured to cut steel and stainless steel, and with a quick switch to one of the optional blades, it can cut plastic and cast iron. Whether you're in the fabrication shop or the field, this portable pipe saw is up to the task. Conveniently placed handlebars and feed rate speed monitoring with LED interface enable easily controlled rotation while remaining comfortable to use. You can find more details on the new saw right here on Belt and Boxes as well.
Lennox, the company that makes reciprocating jigsaw hole saws and bandsaw blades right here in the good old US of A, has always been easily identified by the wolf head just to the right of their logo. But apparently, that wolf is always hungry, because in their new branding they revealed this week, it apparently ate the O.
Delicious.
Right? Lennox launched a PR campaign to announce the branding update that includes a new word mark and the tagline, "Always Hungry." According to their new website, their blades now feed your appetite for excellence with superior performing tools and accessories. They're fast, fierce, powerful, precise, always strong, always hungry, and always adorned with at least 12 adjectives.
I feel like they took everyone's best tagline ideas, put them in a bowl, and then pulled them out and used every single one of them.
That's how marketing works, Sarah.
Oh.
Now, Sarah and I have been out to visit the Lennox headquarters and toured their factory, and they are indeed doing great things worthy of all those adjectives. If you're new to Lennox or just want to know more about why their logo is so hungry now, we'll link to their new website below.
It's been a bit since we checked in with Kyle at RR Buildings, and this week he's got a problem. That huge tree behind him is dead and needs to come down. So Kyle decided this was a good time to drag out his Milwaukee and DeWalt battery-powered chainsaws and see how they stack up against their gas competitors. Kyle isn't an arborist, but he does have a ton of awesome tools and lifts, so he made quick work of the dead tree, burning through batteries at an alarming rate. He eventually decides that while these examples may have the power of a gas saw, the batteries will be the limiting factor for many users. Honestly, the most fun is watching them push over trees with heavy equipment. You can watch the whole event for yourself over at RR Buildings.
Our buddy Clint over at the Tool Review Zone confusingly continues to burn every teal-painted bridge he can find. And at the same time showing off their new 40-volt XGT rear handle saw and comparing every detail against the popular and capable Makita LXT 36-volt rear handle. After putting it through test after test, Clint almost reluctantly admits,
"It's a fantastic saw."
The new XGT platform continues to both excite and frustrate Makita fans. Choosing one or the other is not as simple as they make it sound. Fortunately, we have guys like Clint working overtime to help us work it all out. You can watch the full thing over in the Tool Review Zone.
There are several more tool reviews you should catch up on, starting with my favorite Aussies who put together an entirely thorough roundup of 7 different saber saws over at Oz Tool Talk. And Todd at Project Farm dives into drills ranging from a $50 model to a $500 Festool. Shop to Reviews digs into a new Ryobi 8-inch auger, and Mr. Mark Thomas gives the Milwaukee Barrel Grip Jigsaw a go, admitting he too prefers to pass on the historically flawed D-handle style in favor of the perfect barrel grip.
Blessed be the barrel grip. Amen.
You can watch the full story over at Mark Thomas Builder.
And that brings us to Tool Talk, where last week we asked you if Hart's plans to build a battery platform for life, not just tools, is likely to work. And here's what you had to say. NSFW Harold, I know what that means, Harold, said, wait until Hart puts these batteries into Power Wheels. That's when you'll know it's legit. And Ethan Rides Bikes got off his bike long enough to say, I think that a battery platform for the home is a great idea. I love a good cordless stick vac, but it's not powered by my DeWalt batteries. I'd love a FlexVolt 20-volt vacuum. And Random said, Hart really made some useful and interesting tools. Hope the others follow. I want a cordless non-gas powered soldering iron and glue gun too. Ooh, and the shower too. Ooh, and that vacuum looks lit. Oh, it's lit, Random.
Like a torch, baby.
You like the vac.
I like the vac.
Okay, for this week's Tool Talk, we're going to talk tool shows. For as long as we've been doing this, the big tool brands have used tool shows to launch their biggest new tools of the year. Makita and DeWalt both made huge showings at World of Concrete, so did Bosch for that matter. Milwaukee held their own event called the Milwaukee NPS, or New Product Symposium. A lot of OPE tools would show up at GIE from EGO, and just about everyone made a strong showing and threw huge parties at STAFTA. But of course, the big Rona rolled into town, and tool brands have had to be, let's say, creative. We've had online streaming events from Milwaukee, Bosch, Makita Flex, Ryobi, Hilti, and more. And while in a few weeks, the World of Concrete will be the first major tool show to come back live, we here at Belts and Boxes won't be attending. Mainly because so many of the tool brands we work with said they either weren't going or were only sending a small team and wouldn't be demoing tools. So we're not quite out of the woods just yet. That means we're likely to see more of these digital online streaming media events. Several have been open to the public for the first time, which leads us to this week's question. How do you want your new tool news? Have you attended any of the streaming events yourself? If so, which one? What did you like or dislike about it? Has one brand got it all figured out while another just struggles? What's your perfect tool brand event look like? Let us know in the comments below, and I'm willing to bet they'll be read by your favorite brands.
Last week, we revealed the secret sauce behind the Hart line of tools, which you can watch right here.
We want to thank EGO and Ohio Power Tool for sponsoring this episode. Guys, we couldn't do it without you.
If you liked our show, give it a thumbs up. And if you loved it, we hope that you subscribe.
Have a restful weekend, and we'll see you next week.